Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Should I Read That? I'm John, and so this is episode 4. Today we're jumping into the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book, first published in 1936, has spent decades on bestseller lists across the world and has sold over 15 million copies. It's helped people from President of the United States to someone flipping burgers who really wasn't flipping burgers for very long because they applied principles from this book. One person you might recognize is Warren Buffett, who read this book at age 20 and took a corresponding public speaking course and has said that those two experiences have made him more money over the course of his life than anything he ever learned in college. Now, it's worth noting, if you don't know who Warren Buffett is, he is right now the number 2 richest man in the world. So, I would say he probably knows what he's talking about. So, most people will recognize the principle, never criticize, condemn, or complain from chapter 1 in this book, but something that, myself included, most people don't recognize or remember all of the time are the 6 ways to make people like you from section 2. Now, these are not 6 ways to manipulate people into liking you. If you are interested in that, go read Niccolo Machiavelli's book, The Prince. It's a lot better fit. But these are the 6 ways to make yourself a better person and people enjoy being around great people. So, I have a hard time remembering them, so I put together 6 keywords that all start with S. Hopefully that helps me remember them and you remember them a little bit easier. First one, to become genuinely interested in the other person, take a straightforward interest in them. The example that the book uses is a dog, one who's wagging their tail, happy to see you at any time of the day or night, and they just come straight forward. They don't have any other ulterior motives. They're just happy to see you. Take a straightforward interest in the other person. Number 2, smile. This one doesn't really need a whole lot of introduction or explanation. Put your teeth together, open your lips, look somebody in the eye, give them a smile. Number 3, remember that the sweetest, most important sound in any language is that person's name. Get the sound of their name correctly. If you hear someone's name and then just let it wash by you and never ask for it again, or don't hear it correctly, you're unlikely to remember it. So the 3rd keyword is get the sound of their name down. Number 4, shut up. That's right, just shut up. Stop talking, talk half as much as before, I don't care. Just don't talk as much and listen. Now, there's a lot more to listening than just not talking, but we'll cover that at a different time. Shut up. Number 5, take a special interest in what the other person is interested in. Most of the time, I'm not for special interests, but in this case, you want to take an interest in what the other person is into. Not necessarily what you want to talk about, but when you let the other person talk about what they are comfortable with, they feel more at ease and they like you more. Number 6, be sincere and make the other person feel important. That's kind of 2 points, but sincere is key in this case because if you try to make someone feel important without being sincere, you're manipulating them. So be sincere in making someone feel important. I have a neat story about this. I felt like $1 million when I was talking to a friend at a conference who I only ever see at conferences. This was over 2 years ago. He asked me about a project I was working on, and when I explained it to him, he said, "That is some important work. Thank you so much for doing it." Man, I felt awesome. I still remember it. It was like it was yesterday. Craig, you're awesome, man. Thank you so much for saying that. He probably doesn't even remember that one little comment, but it made me feel awesome for probably, really the rest of the weekend. So, real quick, guys, here are the top 6 ways, according to Dale Carnegie, to make people like you. Number 1, have a straightforward interest in the other person. Number 2, smile. Number 3, get the sound of their name correctly. Number 4, shut up. Number 5, get your special interest on. Be interested in what the other person is interested in. Number 6, be sincere in making the other person feel important. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really enjoy making these videos. I love reading and learning. Hopefully what I share is helpful to you guys. We'll catch you next week for episode 5.